Hi everyone, it's me, Terry Nizan, and this is the weekly horoscope for the sign of Gemini for November 26th through December 3rd. And of course, the moon is in the sign of Pisces. It's a second quarter moon. And what that means is that after the new moon, we see the first crescent of the moon. Then the moon squares the sun, and we see the second crescent up until a full moon. And that's called the second quarter moon. In astrology circles, there's really 8 phases to the moon, but for our purposes, it's the second quarter moon. And that means that emotions are getting more heated, we're getting a little bit more excited, because we all know that the full moon really does influence our emotions, how we feel, and how happy we are, or how joyful we are, or how sad we are. So the moon in the sign of Pisces can be, well, it can be confusing. And this is your solar 10th house. And maybe there's something in your solar 10th house that you're confused about. Maybe you don't feel that you're getting the respect that you deserve. And maybe your leadership. The 10th house is about leadership. It's about taking responsibility. It's about success or failures, rises and falls from grace. And also it's about doing your very best, having achieved the highest potential that you possibly can. So maybe you're wondering, or having some moody feelings about, is it all worth it, and, do people respect me, and am I really happy in my career or my profession? So these are the kind of things that you might be thinking about when the moon, the second quarter moon, of course, getting more emotional, is in the sign of Pisces. And you're going to demand respect. And of course, Venus is in conjunct Scorpio as the week gets, Venus in Scorpio is in conjunct Uranus as the week gets underway. And that can be a little bit of a intense aspect, because it means in your solar 6th house that you really need to avoid conflicts with other people, conflicts with powerful types, powerful groups, friendships. So you really want to avoid kind of conflicts. You might even feel that people are coming at you, picking fights with you, or getting in your way, getting in your face. So we have to work hard to kind of avoid conflicts. The 6th house is a conflict house. It's where you're working very hard, you have a grueling schedule, you're trying to stay organized, and nobody's giving you the benefit of the doubt. In fact, it seems like everyone's making your life worse, harder. This week, your ruling planet, the planet Mercury, goes retrograde. So we want to make sure that we don't sign anything, we don't buy a car, that we don't, commit ourselves to a relationship, a partnership, a business, or anything while Mercury is retrograde. It's a time for review, and it's in your solar 7th house of relationships. So again, there's this energy here in your solar 7th house of relationships that makes you want to review, revise, who stays on board, who leaves, and maybe your life seems like a revolving door, because, when maybe there's just something in you right now that says, you can let people go and just move on. And so it's about relationships in that respect. Sometimes during Mercury retrograde, somebody comes back into your life also. But it's definitely not a time to commit. And so even when you're shopping during this Christmas season, you also want to keep your receipts, because you might have to take something back if you find out somebody you bought it for already has that particular gift. So, and remember, Saturn is here also. Saturn's been in your solar 7th house of personal relationships for 2 years. But there's something special about it this week, because it's at the same degrees as it was in April when Saturn went retrograde. So this is the 3rd pass into these very special degrees, kind of where the galactic center is and all the information of the universe comes flowing in. So you can meet somebody very special who comes into your life, or you may gather up some very interesting information now. So it's a nice week, but it's a week to take it a little bit slower, to avoid getting mad at other people, and of course to be very careful after Mercury retrograde about signing documents and committing yourself. That's what I have right now until I write my horoscopes. I'm busy writing the 2018 horoscopes, and they're on my website ready for a pre-sale. They'll be released on December 31st.